world of YouTube. I'm back again. I got 3 more poems. I'm going to say back in 2002, I was placed in jail on a conviction that was, there was a case, but no evidence. So I got convicted for a violation of probation, and pretty much most of the poems I've been reading have been due to that a lot of times. Some of them I wrote before jail, of course, but these 3 ones specifically I wrote in jail. 2 of them are kind of like poems to take you outside of the cell block or the building I was in. One of them is what made me write it was being in jail on a conviction of no evidence. Alright? What they had on me, there was nothing there. It got dismissed. But the judge I had didn't like me, so every time I tried to get an appeal or a pardon, what you might say, or get out early in good time, he would not even let it fly. And I mean, I can't deny my bad record. Yeah, I always say here that I'm a 17-year drinker, and in them 17 years, there was a lot of trouble also. There was a lot of good times, but more trouble, I will admit. But yeah, the past finally caught up with me, so I went to jail. But anyways, in the conclusion, not to bore you of my boring life, this is called a jail poem. I do have more jail poems I'll be getting into. And some of them are about addiction. I think I might have already read a couple, but the more I get into them, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of addiction poems to read, but you know, they get graphic because I put reality where reality is to be. And being in jail, I can tell you right now, I'm gonna do a video of what has happened to me in that place and why I will not forget it. It feels like yesterday that I've been there. And I'll do that in another video, of course, but let's move on to the poetry. And this first one will be Jail Poem. Looking out the window with nothing to do, sitting here just writing, confined to my room, convicted of a crime that I didn't even do. They say you're innocent till proven guilty. Well, I say that's a thing of the past, because if you have a record and you're a peon, you get put in jail fast. But if you have money, your name is Ted Kennedy or OJ, you would be free as a bird. You wouldn't be behind a wall or a barbed wire fence watching some guy take a turd. So for us peons, even if we changed our lives, done our time, just one little fuck up, the judge looks at you, you might as well say your ass is mine. So now you're in jail. You begin to wait. You eat the cheapest food. You get a roommate. You're put in a building with about 100 guys. You share the bathroom, the showers, the chairs, and the tables, and even the food plates. If you're guilty and deserve the time, you should do it. But if you're innocent and convicted, be prepared for an insane ride. Like I say, I will go over my story of conviction and what has happened to me in jail. And I tell you, a year time in there felt like 12, 15, I don't care, man. And I don't know how many people that do a re-offend and go back in. I don't know how they do it. honestly, I don't know how they do it. And when I tell you my story and who I met in there was some cool dudes and there was some horror dudes. I can tell you that right now. We'll get on to that later, and of course, these next two poems would be something I want to be rather than in jail. So we're going, use your imagination and try and get the fuck out of the jail cell that you're in with this dude over here fucking farting all day, But I sit here to stare off in the distance, the city lights, the distant noise. This is what I love to do, sitting in this park, to get lost in my thoughts. The beauty is all I see. I could sit here all day, all night, if I could live here. This would be all I need, relaxing under the stars, the moon, a hot summer breeze. Watch the cars drive by as they hiss and then disappear. It's just so great to be here. Relieve some stress, get rid of my fears. Finally, my time has ended. It's time to go home and get back to my reality life. But I'll go home and dream of this place and wait till tomorrow, 'cause I know every time I come here, it will always put happiness in my mind and a smile on my face. Of course, everybody when they're in jail wants to get the hell out of somewhere, Me, I gotta come up here and make some poems up and dream about that shit. 'Cause if you're freaking in jail, you ain't getting no happy place, no smile. And if you do laugh and smile, it's only because you're fucking going insane, hanging around a bunch of dudes and you want them to get off your back. And I tell you, man, ain't no place, man. I don't care what anybody says. People that I met that have lived in and out of jail all their lives, man, shit, I'll be busting their balls all day. And this is the last poem. And that was Sitting Here poem. I don't know what the hell poem. I didn't even make a name for this one. But I sit and stare into the beautiful sunset. My toes in the sand. Got a radio listening to my favorite bands. I breathe the ocean air. Forget my deepest fears. Sitting here all day on through the night. Then comes the moon, the stars, and how they shine so bright. How I view all this always gives me a feeling I can't explain. All I know is I look forward to being here. It keeps me sane. It's always good to have a place to go to gather your thoughts. If you don't, you will go insane and wind up in some crazy ordeal and be caught. I mean, these three poems are just of course the first one gets you into terror, last two gets you out into the human world and somewhere where you really want to be. Other than that, YouTube, we'll see you on the next one. Big salute. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.